Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Alright, I'm actually going to check Task Manager real quick. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Okay, that seems to be good for me. Let me just check Task Manager because for some odd reason the game's starting to run a bit slowly now. Okay, yeah. What we have here should be good still. Alrighty then, let's begin. Oh, wait a minute. Just copy that and paste it here. Alright. And here we go. Hello everybody. Grant here for what should be my final Planet Zoo stream. And in this we're going to be finally finishing up my Zany Zoo build, which is meant to be a Team Fortress 2 control point style map in terms of the design. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of construction and such, putting on the roofs of these buildings and such. These are off all day and such. And there actually is supposed to be an in-lore reason as to why the buildings have this sort of flat look like larger ones. Merasmus is supposed to have basically cheaped out on the designs of these because, very long story short, when Merasmus was building these, he was kind of running low on budget and had to still provide good amenities to all the animals that reside in this zoo. And he doesn't want to go over budget because that would anger the Japanese mafia. So Merasmus had to make some compromises, to say the least. Yeah. But yeah, I've added, like, these are supposed to make the extra spawn rooms and such. I gave them a bit of detail. And we'll be doing so as well in this, as well. And by the end of the stream, the final touches will have been made, with the exception of a few tiny Easter eggs I want to put in this. But putting in those little Easter egg references and such in the stream and such would be counterintuitive. So I'm going to do that right after the stream ends or something. And then, or sometime tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning is when I'm going to fully upload the finalized finished product, or rather finished build of this, onto the Steam Workshop for everyone else to check out. Again, these buildings are a little bit crude, I know, but trying to build roofs and such especially is really tedious in this. Again, I only been playing Planet Zoo for about 2 years. I probably should have started way earlier, like in 2020. And yeah, that's my bad, I will fully admit there. But yeah, you know, I put in some media screens and such. And I don't know, I got 32 gigabytes of RAM in this laptop, so I don't know why everybody's walking at such a low frame rate, but I'm doing what I can here. Yeah, I had to clear out a bunch of Egyptian fruit bats and release a bunch of them into the wild. Merasmus has to make sure not to. Merasmus doesn't have to only worry about the Japanese mafia, but also animal rights activists. And rightfully so, because if they learn about any sort of poor welfare, they will break Merasmus's legs as well. I know that's a pretty bad Merasmus impression, but still. Yeah, like, the aviary roof, that's probably, I'm going to save that for the end of the stream, because that's probably going to be the last holdout, because this is going to be a pain in the ass to put together. Again, I am really happy that Planet Zoo 2 is going to be giving us aviaries fully and such. Well, it only got a fraction of that in the form of, like, those walkthrough exhibits with, like, the fruit bats and such. And I know I really should have added more detail to the concrete building, but it's meant to... But again, it's meant to have a very crude look to it and such. It's why, like, the markers that label these buildings and such are, like, made on these old rustic, pieces, like, and such, like, this old scrap sheet metal and such. It's meant to have something of an archaic look to it. Like, very crude, archaic look. But yeah, a lot of the guests weren't too happy at first, and they still really aren't. I mean, these guys are, but further out in the zoo, like here, I believe. Oh no, they actually are starting to get happy again. Probably because I finally started playing more drink machines and such. Especially a few in here. In the tropical house. Again, like, aesthetically it's supposed to have something of a crude look to it. But I will add in some things like some flowers here. And these little flower beds and such. That and the build, I won't deny, it was also a touch rushed in some areas. But that's only because, I kind of was a bit in over my head. But not nearly as much as I thought I would be at some areas, unlike the Paleo Park project. Yeesh. Combo Fauna has only took so long because of factors outside of my control, not because of me being in over my head. Had I not lost my original day job about a year ago now, yeah, like a year and 2 days ago, like it was a year and 2 days ago that I lost my original day job that I had since 2023. So that's what's caused me to go through a ton of hell. And here we are now. And my current day job is actually on hold due to an issue with the bureaucracy at my workplace, to say the least. My name not being in the system, it's a whole mess, but that should be resolved in due time. Even then, my new day job's been stressful itself, but it's the most ethical job I've been able to find so far in this very unethical economy, and so on. You get the idea. Wait, are those? Hey, Atlas, little baby Atlas Tauruses. But yeah, we need to start putting the roofing on this. And then after we get the roofs on that, I'm going to save the aviary stuff for last. After that, though, we need to start putting a lot of lighting in here and educational bits and such. Like, I've been doing it off-stream, too. Like, I was working on this, like, non-stop since, like, yesterday. On and off, non-stop to an extent. Putting a bunch of the signs and such. And again, I'm not a professional Planet Zoo designer, so that's why some things look very, very crude. Like, this here, like, this is not meant to be the final detail of the roof and such. As you can see, again, it's just because the way it's gridded, you can't, like, lock, like, roofing or flooring to barriers. Which is something I'm really hoping that Planet Zoo 2 fixes. Or at least does something similar to streamline the building process, you know? So yeah, here we are. This is supposed to be the ice house for, like, polar animals and such. If you look closely here, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. If I take these things out, you can see it starts to, you know, turn like that. And it's so annoying. Like, please, Frontier, give us some roofing options. I mean, we do have keys, which I think you will be able to do in Planet Zoo 2 with the aviary stuff. Which, again, is why I'm very excited for that. It's just, once the Zany Zoo project has left me Planet Zoo'd out, and I want to take a long break for about half a year until the sequel comes out in November. After this is done, because I'm worn out, I'm a little burnt out there, and I just want to get back to working on Combat Fauna fully and getting my video game backlog done, so I can finally get myself a used Nintendo Switch 2 that isn't defective. Hint, hint. But yeah, so let's go back to that actually. Okay, and what I need to do first is go to here, split this selection off from the main group itself, get rid of this one piece of glass. Okay, now we just gotta take this and move it back to here. Okay, now we just gotta see here. Let's see here. Come on. No, we need the get rid of the angle snap. Okay, there we go. You have to do stuff like this, and it's really awkward. And like my current day job's been on hold because of that bureaucracy issue, I think, for like almost a week now. So again, like, it's not a huge emergency for me at the moment. I just gotta wait for him to sort that out. The winter of this past year, and that was an absolute nightmare in terms of the hours. That left me feeling totally drained, amongst other reasons I wish not to explain here, but yeah. But I just wanted to enjoy this stream and such. Just finish up, just do the stream, finish this entire build by 10 p.m. minus a few little hints I want to, minus a few little extras I want to add in, like right after, and then tomorrow morning. Long break from Plant Zoo, anything zoo game based, and just wait for Plant Zoo 2 to come out, where the build. I can be patient there. Hell, even the Paw Paw Town Wildlife Preserve, I'll just use the Plant Zoo build there until I have all the animals needed to make a Plant Zoo 2 version, you know? Ay. But yeah. Added these little gift shop letters to it and such. I organized this. I think that was in the previous stream. And such. Added ATMs. Some restrooms as well. That was a massive oversight on me previously. I do apologize for that. Like, these benches are what the mercs would be able to jump on in. If this was turned into like a massive TF2 control points map, this is what the mercs would be able to jump into the enclosures from. Jump onto these benches and from there go into the enclosures and such. Though I'm also planning to add on a few rocks in here for that same purpose as well. Now I think about it, we need to first like add in the roofing to this. Again, I will admit some of the crudeness of this is my fault, but again, after going through, this is meant to be like a sort of a concept for a TF2 map in the form of a Planet Zoo build. And now that I think about it, like, conceptually, like, this thing might actually, a map like this would probably actually crash Team Fortress 2, the game, because of all the animals would form a bunch of different entities, and the engine, the source engine would probably only be able to handle so many entities at once. So if I ever do remake this in Planet Zoo 2, I would probably have it be more akin to something like Dust Bowl, or the like, something like Dust Bowl, or what was it? Enclosure? Was that the name of the TF2 map? Hold on a second. TF2 Enclosure. Yeah, 3-stage. I would probably have it be more in the form of a multi-stage map. Similar to Enclosure. Like, it would still be control point or payload, or maybe even a mix of the two. Actually, I'm not sure if that's how it would work in TF2, so probably, like, just payload in the form of a multi-stage map, so it'd be easier for it to be rendered in the game. Then again, I'm not sure if Team Fortress 2 Classified alleviates that in any way. I'm pretty sure it's just the same engine, source engine and such, or maybe like an upgraded source engine. I know there's Source 2 and such, but again, I'm no programmer, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, this is meant to be like, I was originally thinking about just making this like, making a massive wall here and such, but considering this is New Mexico we're talking about, it'd be pretty warm throughout the year, so I think instead, like, especially in the case of these, like, the saltwater enclosure, I just added some heaters to the indoor section, where it'd be more like a seamless transition, so to speak. But yeah, let's just start by putting in the, let's just fix this, let's fix up the roofing here first. Again, the roofing's very crude, and I apologize for that, but I'm starting to really burn out. I've been working on this on and off all day, and I think I need to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Just give me a moment. Okay. It's a messy. Oh. Like, it's gonna get hot. Alright. Alright, okay. Okay, I think I'm bad. I'm ready now. Alright. Okay, yeah. So. Uh, one moment. Okay. I, I think my model's broken. Give me a second. Let me reboot up VC Face real quick. I'm seriously hoping VC Face works in Linux as well. I haven't started doing any testing for Linux yet. I want to start that by the end of the summer or something, but again, I just need to make sure everything... Okay, there we go. Now we can finally... okay. Okay, I can see... Let me see. Reset position. Okay. Okay, let's see. Give me a moment. General settings. Avatar selection. Select. Hold on a second. Is it not detecting my webcam? Give me a second. Okay, so... Let me just reboot this back up again. Okay, the live stream cam 313. Okay. I'm gonna try and fiddle around with the settings real quick. Okay, can we... Yeah. Oh, okay, now we're moving. That's better. Okay, let me just, adjust this. There we go. Okay, so now we're good. Alright. Okay, let's just continue already. So, with that out of the way... Yeah, let's just adjust this now. See here? Again, similar problem here, and now that I think about it, yeah. There's supposed to be a concrete wall here now I think about it, so... Let's just... I know you're not supposed to use, like, barriers as walls, but again... I'm still relatively new to this to these kind of games in the series, or whatever, and I am, again, just starting to get burnt the hell out. Okay. Let's delete those real quick. Let's try and make that a bit straighter. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now let's just get all that. Let's all duplicate it, place it right there. Now just grab this, and now split selection from group. And now... I originally thought about making like a bunch of plaster roofs here too, but... under roofing, but I am, again... I only got about 2 hours for this stream, and again, I just want to be done with it by the end. So, let me try that here. Again, same problem here. See that overlap? Let me split that from the group. And then we just go to... God, Jesus Christ. Okay, so, just go to here. Split selection from group. Multi-selection. Split all groups. Alright, let's just, Nope, not one I wanted either, actually, now I think about it. Okay, so let's see here. Just slide it right there. Again, they're very crude, I know, but wait, why is there a piece missing? Oh, why is there a piece missing? Okay. You're going to have to invalidate one of these habitats for a moment. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I definitely should have, like, placed the ceilings first before the, Oh god, nope, nope. There. There we go. And see, again, there, too. I really should have probably thought this through a little bit more, I will admit, but again, I'm just starting to really burn out from all this, and I just want to get this done. So, yeah, if it looks crude still, I'm sorry, but, again, what's the term? Wit's end? Okay, maybe not that, but still. Yep. Speaking of, yeah, I know. And speaking of July and other stuff involving the summertime, it is going to get hot as hell this week. As high as 97 in one of the days. If I take a look at what the weather has to say about that. Let's see. Hold on a second. Like about as high as 99 degrees this coming Friday. 99 in my area. Yeah. And it was raining a lot of yesterday and today and such and so on. So I wasn't able to do much outdoor work. So like tomorrow and Tuesday is when I have to really do all that because it'll be in the 80s. Doing that in the high 90s and such is going to be right out. Unless if it's like in the evening when the summer heat has died down slightly, because I do not work very well in hot, muggy climates. If it's hot, that's one thing, but if it's muggy, hot and humid, that's a death sentence. My heart goes out to anyone who has to do outdoor work in those and stuff like that as part of their job or something, because they deserve they honestly deserve some of the highest paying stuff, some of the highest pay in the world for just that and that alone. I was going to have doors here, but nah. Same like it goes with the tropical house and such. Actually, the tropical house on this side, it might actually be necessary. But I'll deal with that when I deal with it. Like, again, my plan is first fix the roofing here. I already fixed the roofing there, so I'm going to fix the roofing for the ice house, then put in the proper roofing for the small mammal house, and then for the Atlas tortoise indoor section, and before finally then, you know, finishing things up, mostly. Yeah, in my area at least, like, oh, those really hot days are usually followed right afterwards by, like, heavy rainstorms and such. Like, if I take a look at the weather report again... Yeah, it'll be, like, brutally high heat in the 90s up until the following Tuesday. Not this Tuesday, the following Tuesday. Area, you gotta be careful. If you're living in the Mid-Atlantic area, I would say avoid doing anything outdoors for next week. For, like, the next week and a half. Like, outside of major commitments and such, avoid doing anything outside. Unless if it's, like, avoid doing anything outside during the midday or whatever, or even early afternoon, unless it's absolutely necessary. Otherwise, just wait until the damn evening. Wait until the sun goes down, and do it at night. Because otherwise, you probably will suffer heat stroke. But yeah, Merasmus is not so cruel to the point of not wanting any animals indoors and not have any sunroofs. So Merasmus has provided those in spades. You can also see that here too and such. At least for not. And the battery is low on this thing, so give me a moment. Actually, I need to disconnect. I need to turn off my headset so you will no longer hear music coming through the speaker. Sorry, but where is the here it is. I got a quick. Actually, you know what? I got a faster charging cable for this. Hold on. Where is it? Nope, that is not it. Let's see this Tupperware. This blue cable. That should do the trick. Okay, let me just plug this in. There we go. That should charge it up quickly. Okay, so I'll have to leave that off for a few minutes. So, sorry if none of you can hear the music now. So that's gonna have to be the case for the next few minutes, like maybe next 20 minutes while my headset fully recharges. So I'm just going to do some chatting while that goes on and such. And again, just keep chugging along and finishing this ice house, for instance. So let's see here. Okay, so yeah, for instance here, I cannot really, unless if there's a way I can, okay, let's see here, let me see if I can try and, alright, okay, put that there, and now let me see if what I can do here, so, no, not part of a slope there, okay, just, what, editing group 177, no, go back, out of that, okay. I don't know why it... Exit the edit mode there. Exit. Ugh. Again, I'm hoping they overhaul the system a little bit in Plan Zoo 2. And you cannot adjust the position of... Unless if... Okay, yeah, I could probably do this at least. So, go to here. Okay. And, see, there's a problem. You can't do it with slopes to fix an issue like this. So, I can't fix that either. So, that's real nice. And I'm starting... My laptop is already starting to get hot. And I don't want to have to... This is starting to remind me of, like, the final Infamous stream I did of the first me playing the first Infamous game. Or my previous laptop got so hot that I had to shut it off to restart the stream. So that was really bad, and I do not want to have to deal with that again. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to have to play it a little safe and just do this instead. Do something like an overhang or something. I'll figure out what to put in this gap eventually. Actually, what I could potentially... I'll save that for the end of the stream, though. For now, let's get to this part here, where we need to put in the parts for the... Let's see here. Okay, so concrete arch. Honestly, I think I could probably actually get away with getting a concrete wall like so. That's close enough to the... It's a color of gray close enough. If you just zoom out and look at it like this, you can barely tell. Again, I went with the concrete barriers and such because they fit that in that sort of like mid 20th century industrial TF2 vibe. Again, this Plant Zoo build's meant to be sort of like a proof of concept in a way. Hold on a second. And like this is my laptop plugged in, so the fact that again it doesn't seem like a good sign to me when this happens. So yeah, just gotta carefully. Okay. Again, looks awkward, I know, but right now it it looks it looks super awkward, I know, but again, the crude look of it is meant to be part of that TF2 feel of it and such. I know I should have done that with some not used pre-built buildings as well, but again, again, I will admit this was a case of me being a bit in the sense of me just not having anywhere near enough experience in, like, animation and Gmod and so on to, to think that I could properly pull a series like that off. Okay, so if we just go to here now, and now just move that to here. Like, the doors would of course, be open in the actual TF2 map, but here, that's not really needed. So, let me just go to here. Right now, let's go back to here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's see here. Let me go to concrete. Concrete. Again, like, this is actually this is honestly my least favorite part of making builds in Plant Zoo. The actual making buildings part, simply because, like, what the, wait, there we go. Simply because it can get really, tedious for these reasons, and I'm just hoping that it gets seriously overhauled in Plant Zoo too. Give us like actual working doors, for instance. All right, place that there. All right, change the color to the more appropriate shade of gray. Yes, that actually might be a better shade of gray. Yeah, so let's go to here, really quick. Color, change that to a different shade of gray. Yeah, that fits a little better. Okay, now let's see here. Nope. God damn it. Why can't I... There we go. Angle snap, get rid of that. I need to tilt this ever so slightly, and now just to... There we go. And again, like, Marasmus, the point here is that Marasmus would have so little funding left after getting all the animals and such, to give him all the needed amenities, that for, like, the building design such, the most he can do is just something like this, This is the small mammal house, where there's only raccoons and an armadillo. Please, Japanese Mafia, do not break Marasmus's legs, please! But yeah, now let's just put in the next part, which is the end of the stream. Alright, let's just get these in here like so. It won't be perfect, it's not going to look great, but again, that's meant to be part of the point. It kind of similar to, like, Freaky Fair in a sense, and where, okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to need to raise the roofing a little bit here. For now, let me just get all this in there. Again, it looks pretty bad, I know, but that's only because of the fact that that's meant to be part of the point, where Marasmus blew such a huge amount for the budget. And this is meant to be a proof of concept anyways, not like a professional Plant Zoo build or anything. Just something with a lot of TF2 style charm to it. And again, the building part is not my specialty in Plant Zoo. Hello, Spike C5C1J. The more viewers, the better. So welcome to the stream. And see, like, again, like, there's a slant here and such. Again, I really want to... I really hate how it looks, but by this point, I am already starting to get burnt out. So, and I don't want to do like another single stream like this again, where it just goes on and on and on and on. So that's why, like, I kind of have to rush this through, but I just want to get it done already. Like, I'm glad to have this finally mostly done. I just, again, I just wish that, like, I kind of perceives this a little more smoothly. See, unlike Zany Zoo, this got, like, not Zany Zoo. Let me explain. Unlike the Town Wildlife Preserve, Zany Zoo just it fell victim to again schedule slippages caused by like real life events that just went completely out of control for me. But yes, so let me just oops, actually I need angle snap for this. All right, let's just this is going to be very, very tedious, but I don't. You see, like this stuff like this here, just my biggest request for Planet Zoo 2 by this point is just allow us to make roofed habitats, so we won't have to deal with stuff like this. Because now I have to go through all this tedium, and it is not fun. Great. Again, like I enjoy myself simulators and such, but that's like building habitats and so on. Not actual buildings like so, and it's so let's just say I am not an architect to say the least. Ugh. See, okay. And again, stuff like this little crease here is so annoying. it's probably to the point where I have to go back and really just... Hold on a second, let me go out here for a moment. Okay, just go here. Alright, carefully just... There, see? Now I can actually... Now it looks a little bit better. And then maybe also just move this slightly. No, let me just try this again, right there. And now, let's just to go this way. Yeah, this is basically... Okay, let's just slide this here, slide this here, and finally slide this here. I know, like, me adding more chunks like this probably isn't helping, but by this point, I really don't care. I just want to get this build done. And if it means I have to cut some corners, then so be it. Again, the crudeness is due to just practicality and all that, as well as in-lore reasons. Okay. Let me go to here. Now go to concrete wall panel. And again, I wanted to see this, like... No, come on, damn it. There, place it there. And now, first of all, change the color. Alright, just carefully... Hold on a second. There's a bit of overlap there, it's annoying. Nope, definitely do not want that. There. Now let us just keep on going here. I'll just go to here and get a bit more of that until we just merge it right there. Well, slope, I highly doubt this will actually be... Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think that'll do much good either. That's the wrong one. This is the right one. Advance, move, and rotate. Okay. Just keep on doing this. Hopefully the game doesn't... I hope the game doesn't crash from all this. I really hope not. It's a good thing I save frequently. Originally I thought, like, with the Aviary, actually, I'll get to that when I get to the Aviary itself. Time. Note to self, get a good laptop stand. Let's just paste to that there. Okay, just do that. There. It's very crude in a way, but again, at least that's done. Again, ignore the barrier sticking out the top, because by this point, I can already tell how much this is slowing the game down. I just need to figure... I just gotta do the same thing over here with the Atlas Tortoise area, then figure out how the hell I'll do it with the aviary, and then add in the lights, and then I'll be done for the stream. End the stream, then add some little Easter eggs in, and then finally upload that to Steam Workshop. Again, the reason there's so many trees here and such is that, again, that's just for aesthetic's sake. Again, it's meant to be something more of a proof of concept than anything else. But at least, I want to show at least some professionalism in this, If that's how... There we go. Let's change the color to something more fitting. And now we can finally... Actually, again, see here, it's a case of, it just splaying over time, and that's why I really, really I genuinely would like to see, roofed habitats in Plant Zoo 2 to fix this issue. There we go. Just do that. God, that looks so bad. Again, it's just... Again, I just don't have all the time in the world to put into a huge tons of intricate building and such. Dear Lord, that looks so awful. Martin roof flat. Grid height. God, So again, I know this looks crude, but by this point, I really don't care. I just want to get this over with. I'm sorry if it seems a little rushed, but I just want to get this done. And it just really doesn't help that the fact is, the way you build in this, like, you can't connect barriers with actual buildings itself, which would have been a huge help. Like, I haven't tried, like, the house building in, like, Pair Lives yet, but eventually I'll get to that at some point. For now. Okay. Again, by this point, I don't really care about the crudeness of it. I just want to get this done and over with. It's already 9:06, and I just want to get this done so I can have it uploaded tomorrow morning. Again, this is meant to be very crude and such. Again, once Plant Zoo 2 comes out, there I'll have a lot more room to stretch my wings, so to speak. I'm not saying the stream's over. It's still got about an hour left to go. I just want to get, you know, again, I already put in all the functioning amenities and amenities and such. Now that that part's done, I just need to simply figure out how the hell to do a good aviary, a good roof for this aviary, and then once that's done, finally put in the lights, and then I'll be, ironically enough, lights out for the stream itself. And then I'll just have to put in a few small extras, and then, yeah. Although the way the way those extras would work is that or scenic mode. So like the info boards I already got here. I know it's a little odd that I have them next to brick walls and such, but that's just so the birds can have some kind of privacy in areas, so they aren't too stressed. Again, like, I think it was just a mistake to make something this large of a scale, especially after finishing the Paw Paw Town Wildlife Preserve project and such. Again, after this, I'm gonna just stop playing Plant Zoo and just wait until a sequel, only because of the fact, again, I'm just already burnt out, and so yeah, let's just. So yeah, also wait, hold on, let me switch this to scenic mode. Not scenic mode, not scenic mode. Cinematic route editor. No. Free look mode. Oh wait a minute. Oh wait, free look mode. Oh, okay. So then if I do this and then no, you still. again, I just wish you could... Never mind. But yeah, we're just going to do that, and then once I finish up the aviary, and then put in all the lights and such needed, that's when we'll finally... Oh, and the educational bits, then I'll finally wrap up the stream. But, so this is the real big challenge of the bunch. First things first, this was a huge issue here, so let's see if I can fix that, or at the very least... Actually, no, you know what? I'm just going to make it a giant glass roof because, again, just for the sake of time. Because I'm burnt out after working on this for about a day and a half straight. So, let's see here. Alright, let's just use this as the reference. Glass modern roof. Alright, let's just keep on going. And if you're wondering what's supporting all this weight, just have it pretend it's like the fence is doing that or something, because again, I am just so burnt out. I'm not trying to sound like I'm bitching and moaning for this entire stream, but again, I just want to finish this up. And if this is the quick way to do it, then so be it. Actually, that reminds me. Let me see if this is... This should have sufficiently charged my headphones now. Yeah, that should do the trick. Alright. Okay, let's see here. Alright. That's good enough. So now here... Okay, not what I had in mind. Unless if I do it like this. That could work. Now to just wrap that. And of course, what happened there? What? Okay, what is obstructing? Of course, it's gotta be obstructing something. Nope, not what I had in mind. Just go down to here. God, Okay, what's causing the problem? What's obstructing? You want? Now let's try it now. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I hate this so much. Wait, what do? Hold on a second. I'm getting Discord notification. Discord notification. Excuse me. You know what? I know this is a really lazy trick to do, but by this point, I'm getting desperate, and I am just tired as hell. Actually, that's not what I want to do. And again, building in this game is not my specialty, because simply put, there is just so much of... I don't know how to say it, but yeah, let's just add in the educational stuff, then some lights, and then I'll end out the stream. Because, oh boy. Has attracted protest... Hydration. Jesus Christ, they need a big water bowl then, don't they? This is a big water bowl. Okay, make it 2. Those are dated already. And unfortunately, our grizzly bear actually ate guest food, unfortunately. Actually, now I think about it, might as well make sure all the animals have the highest food quality now I think about it. Because why not? So, zoo, animals, exhibits, facilities, memorials. Yeah, all my animals here died of old age. None of them died of, like, hunger or anything like that. I might try and do franchise mode in Plant Zoo 2 if that happens, but that's a long way away. That's a long ways away. But yeah, so let's see here. Now, where is... Yeah, I have a mix of happy, meh, and pissed off guests. I actually had to widen the road over the pathway over here at the barnyard enclosure, and had to take away the walkthrough area because, simply put, the animals were getting too stressed from it all. I almost thought about bringing in the rats at one point, but I decided against it, so yeah. Again, pretend that these brick walls are what's holding up the glass roof. But yeah, that should be it for now with that. So let's just place our lights. All of our lights. Here we go. Not inside the bats area, because that... I mean, okay, maybe one light could be good. Alright, construction. Let there be light! Hanging lights. Wall lights? No, not like that. Floor lights, decorative lights, lamp posts. Oh, wait, no, get rid of that. Alright. I mean, this is New Mexico, so you bet we're going to be using ceiling fans for this. Maybe not for the bats, because that might... they could get hurt there. Okay, let's just, okay, free look mode, explore mode, place right there. Alright, let's go over here. Now let's try and do some construction. Nope, not like that. I wish you could sprint a little bit better in this. Again, this is meant to be very crude, but you get the idea. So, one... I can't... God, this looks so bad, but I don't care by this point. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... And finally one here for 10. Let's do the same with the other buildings now. Alright, next up, small mammal house. God, this is laggy. I'm sorry. Not much I can do about it right now. Gotta get all these guests out of the way. I can't see the guests! I mean, I can see the guests, but yeah. Next up, we have the polar house. Oh yeah, sure, it's cold. That's the point! At least some of my guests are happy. In this case, I think like a ceiling rose like that. No. Why are they flipped upside down? Ceiling fan base, ceiling rose. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll go with these ones instead. I'm pretty sure I set this not to require any sort of power, I believe. So, let's just, okay, I probably don't need that many lights. Okay, so let's see here. Take out that one, and this one, and this one. Again, it's just meant to... It's a little crude in terms of replacement. So, yeah. But it's meant to... There we go. Got the lighting there. It's already almost 9:30 anyway, so that's why I'm sort of rushing to end this. Okay, there. Now... I don't think we'll need much for the aviary. Let's go down to here. Yeah, let's tour this house. One. Yeah, there we go. Again, okay, they granted these aren't ceiling fan lights, so we could probably just replace one of those with a ceiling fan light, I guess. So, boom, done. There. Let's just do that. Again, it's a little crude and inconsistent at points, but again, I think what we have here will probably be decent enough anyways. So, yeah. Now let's get our educational bits. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still very much an amateur plant zoo builder and such. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the educational bits. So educational bits. So let's see here. Facilities. Guest facilities. Benches. Security. Oh yeah, reminds me. The do not feed animal signs. Almost forgot about that. God, this is starting to get really bad. You know what? To decrease the foot traffic, I'm going to have to close the zoo briefly. Word! Nothing! Now get out! For what? Get out! Get out! You're all spoiling me moments! Everybody get out! Out, 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 out! I need to go to an area of the zoo that isn't so crowded so the lag can go down a little bit. Ugh. What the? Oh, god damn it. Alright, whoever's assigned... Alright, that's it. Every single zookeeper who's in charge of that is fired. You know what? No, you came too late, buddy. Oh, no. You, sir, are out. Where the hell how did I fire these assholes? Hold on. Lower right. Yeah, everyone from lower right fired. All you are out. Alright, there we go. Let's see. There we go. Now we can move a little bit better. So let's open the zoo again. Rehire staff? No, you didn't do your job properly, buddy. You had one job. One job. I mean, multiple jobs, actually, but you get the point. Let me unbox them. And let's hire some new keepers. Let's get another Hyacinth Macaw. Let's actually get, let's see here, let's get... One, two. Let's get two more, and this time actually make sure the... God damn it. Let's just place them in the quarantine right here. Oh, wait, I got another Discord notification. You had one job! One job. Anyway, granted, I probably would have put. Probably should have put more keeper huts there, but still. Let's hire a few more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Alright. This guy goes... Employment. Okay. Lower right. Lower right. Lower right. Lower right. You must wear this hat of shame! Lower right. Wait. Where's Jimmy Allen at? Fired, but I have mouths to feed. Well, maybe you... Well, maybe you should have done your job a little faster. The aviary is right there. I will say this again. Why can't I change these emotions? Whatever. I'm supposed to do the whole angry emotion, but whatever. The aviary is right there. I can't... Okay. Keep it required. Not to interbreed. Nope, we're not having that. Alright. Nice try. Alright. So, with that out of the way... Let us put in our educational bits, and then we will get... Okay. Alright. With that out of the way... Let's put in our education bits. Oh, here. Animal talk point, exhibit, habitat board. Those should all do the jobs fine. Tour point. Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm looking for. I need to find the signs. Actually, not facilities. Security. Ah, here we are. That's what I need. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Let's put a few around here. Actually, no, that's not a good spot. Oh, security camera posts, definitely there, of course. But also, oh, here's a good spot. Let's put one here. Actually, no, put one there, and one over here. I would put in the guest barrier ribbons, but that would take way too long. By now, I'm just starting to really burn out with this project. I haven't burned out. I didn't burn out with Combo Fauna because because of Combo Fauna, I'm not in over my head because I have a lot more experience, years and years of experience making plush videos and such. So that way, I'm able to up the ante. When it came to Paleo Park, I was like, oh, one Gmod video made? Alrighty, time to up the ante completely. And that came back to bite me in the ass. Very badly, I must say. Alright. Well, those are a lot of military macaw chicks. Anywho. Oh, this is definitely a good spot for one of these signs as well. And now for some security camera posts. One here. One here. One here. One here. Let's put some security cameras in here as well. Okay, let's put one of them here. Okay, come on. One here and one here. God damn it. Come on. Okay. Is security cameras necessary? Not really, but might as well have a little bit of fun with this before adding in the educationals. And to really lag out anyway, so yeah. Come on. There we go. That should be good enough. So let's add one more security camera right here. Alright. God, that is starting to really make the game lag. Hold on, let me just save my progress really quick. Oh, we might gain our Discord notification. Yeah, just, it's nothing. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. Alright, it's running a little better now. So now to get the educational bits in, and then I can finally wrap up the stream for a night. So, let's see here. Let's see here. I needed to fit the, that one won't fit. Height. I have the education station height here, but they only have for giraffes and gorillas, which is really weird. Animal talking points. Okay, this actually I have an idea for. So I'll place these around here and such. Or maybe I could just go with the speaker instead, or... Because you know how, like, in TF2, Marasmus has, like, all his weird bits of dialogue and such? In this map, it would come out of these speakers. That's what I think would happen. Yeah, so, let's see here. One here. One here. One here. Can't... Of course, 1 second. There we go. Let's get one right here. Like when SpongeBob pretended to be a radio and attack Mrs. Puff and no free rides. No, not like that. Think more Marasmus's lines from the Freaky Fair TF2 map. here. Okay, I gotta just quickly place this right. Yeah, can't have that. Nope. Stop it. Nope. Stop it. I don't think so. Of course, barnyard needs to be cleaned up. Just grab this one here. No species assigned. I'll probably handle that off stream. Now I think about it. Actually, no, I could probably handle these real quick, so let's see here. Alright. And once I do that, then I'll end out the stream. This one's empty. Let me fix that. Bengal tiger. Our previous Bengal tiger died, so I had to adopt another one. Oh. Oh. That's bad. Okay, now what? Why aren't they getting more water? Again, the keepers really need to be more on their feet here. I think we can actually... Oh, we can't release him into the wild. Why would some idiot get a grizzly bear for a pet? Are people just trying to get themselves mauled to death? So yeah, let me just assign these to some animals, and then I'll end out the stream. Because aside from, like, the little Easter eggs and such I'll put in tomorrow morning before I upload this to Steam Workshop, it's otherwise pretty much done. That, I think my laptop needs to rest for a little bit after running this game for about all damn day. I don't want to put in a new path right now. It does contain a selected species. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, let's see here. God, this thing is so slow. Alright, that should do it. Oh, wait a minute. I need to go over. This one for the Iberian Eagle Owl. A dodo right here. Don't know what food throw path is blocked means, so I'm just going to ignore that. So yeah, that's pretty much it now. And with that out of the way, Zany Zoo is pretty much done outside of those little Easter eggs I want to put in. So I'm going to handle that tomorrow morning before I upload this to Steam Workshop. But that will be it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Zany Zoo is pretty much done now, and it'll be uploaded to the Steam Workshop. I'll share on social media when the Steam Workshop upload is ready. I just got I want to put in a few Easter eggs around the plate, around this map, just for the fun of it. You know, just a little fun bit there. So yeah, it'll be uploaded sometime tomorrow morning to Steam Workshop, or tomorrow evening at the latest. And yeah, that will be it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will start working on the schedule for what I'll be streaming in July, and finally fully work on Combo Fauna again. Goodbye, everybody.